Hello, fans of Murder and Mayhem! This actually may be a murder if this half and half is out of date. Welcome back to another Cooking with Frybox 64. I am your hostess with the mostest, Frybox 64. It's been a while, I know! I've been busy with work. But today, we're going to do another cooking video. Hopefully this recipe isn't defective. This apparently was perfected by a really famous chef in Greece. I have no idea what her name is, but she's famous, I think. I don't know. Anyway, this recipe is called Shrimp with Dill and Ouzo. And I'm actually making this because I'm cooking for my parents this weekend. And I wanted to try this recipe out before I made it for them. Because the last time I had Ouzo was when I was at Anime Iowa. And that wasn't the best experience ever. So I just wanted to make sure that this recipe was safe before I gave it to my parents. And you guys all get to watch me, so yay! Yes, I know it's St. Patrick's Day. This is the only amount of green I'm wearing. So what? I don't care. I wore green today. I am allowed to be black and moody now. Don't throw that at me.
I'm gonna throw him.
Don't throw him.
Throwing him.
Don't throw him.
Better catch him.
Oh, fuck. Ah!
Gotta be festive for the holidays. Oh, you gotta be festive.
There, alright, I am festive. Are we happy now? Yay! Anyway, so this recipe, like I said earlier, is called Shrimp with Dill and Ouzo. Ouzo is, of course, a Greek liqueur that tastes like black licorice. That's the best way I can describe it. And for this recipe, we are going to need just not very many ingredients. It's not a very long or very big recipe. We need 1 tablespoon olive oil. We have canola oil. That will do just fine since I am relatively poor. We need 20 large shrimp cleaned and deveined, which is what we have here. I'm going to grab them using my handy dandy little gloves that I keep for just such purposes as this. Purposes? I don't know.
Porpoises?
Porpoises! Porpoises. Alright, so they might not be large, but there's something. Now these are cooked, so we might not get the same full effect as if I had maybe, I don't know, uncooked. But I'm running on a tight schedule here. My work schedule is changing and I gotta film a lot of stuff. 6, 9...
You actually gotta count them out?
12, yeah, I'm gonna count them out. 15, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so that apparently is supposed, again, these are small shrimp, so large shrimp would be about,
30?
you know.
Add a couple more.
Large shrimp would yield the 4 main servings that this here recipe says it will yield, but just, well, I don't know, do we need to use all 20 since it's just gonna be you and me eating this?
Throw another handful in there maybe, or I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. I would hope I don't eat the whole thing.
If it tastes good, we'll eat it.
I'm getting hubby.
Alright, so we got our shrimp. We got our shrimpses. Throw these away. Don't worry, I washed my hands before I did this. Then we need 1/2 cup Ouzo. If I can get it.
Aren't we supposed to start those cooking?
I'm getting my ingredients out.
Mise en place, mise en place.
It's like you forget. Mise en place.
Everything in its place.
I just want to say, like, it's a very clear liqueur.
Watery.
But pouring it from the bottle to the cup, it has kind of almost like a light blue color. I don't know if that's the bottle giving the illusion that it's blue, but it almost has like a light blue look to it. Oh yeah, that definitely smells like black jelly beans. All the post-traumatic stress from Anime Iowa, it's all coming back to me. Oh no! Alright, now the recipe calls for 2 medium tomatoes, blanched, peeled, seeded, and chopped.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So we're just going to use plain old tomato sauce. I'm going to go ahead and get the lid off of that. With my handy dandy little can opener that once again, some guy named Joe sponsored. I think he sponsored it. I don't know, I might have bought it for myself. I don't know anymore. It works. Guess we're gonna use the whole can.
That's about 2 tomatoes worth.
Should be about 2 tomatoes. Then we need 3 finely chopped tablespoons fresh dill. I don't have fresh dill just lying about. So we have a couple different little thingamahoosums here of dill weed. We'll to taste that. We'll eyeball that, see what's good with that. 1/2 cup heavy cream, and again I have half and half. I had that lying around. If I have half and half in the fridge, I'm not gonna go out and get heavy cream. So, I mean, technically it was supposed to expire back in February.
3 weeks ago.
But it smells okay. It's not chunky or anything, so I think it's okay. Like I said, it might be actual murder if this doesn't turn out okay, but you know.
If there's a new cameraman, you know what happened. Just let it be known, folks.
I'm taking resumes and requests for a new cameraman. Must have some sort of background in editing. Well, maybe not a must, but it's preferred. All right, and then just salt and pepper to taste. I have salt. Pepper is around there somewhere. I'll find it probably while I'm cooking. And let's get started. Hello, down here.
Working.
Hello.
I'm
This
trying
is why
to
I'm asking
position
for a cameraman.
I am destroying the kitchen, and the camera's straight down.
This is why I'm asking for a new cameraman. Secretly.
She pays you in food.
You get whatever I make. I mean, that's a good deal, right?
Mind you, this has licorice, shrimp, and expired half and half. You might die.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Trust me. Trust me. It'll be okay.
Okay, the sardine pot pie, or was it anchovy pot pie?
No, that was the sardine marshmallow fudge sandwich, and that was pretty good until we turned it into a frickin' panini. If you haven't checked out that video, go check that out. That was pretty cool.
The smell was awful.
Once we heated it up, it was awful.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're gonna heat up the oil. If my stove decides it wants to light. Come on, you! You filthy peasant.
Do 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 do.
We're gonna heat this up. This isn't the power burner, so it's gonna take a little bit longer.
I shall zoom in on your pot.
We're probably gonna cut out a lot of this stuff here. I have my shrimps. Now there's a lot of boiling and a lot of like sauteing going on in here. So since the shrimp are already cooked, and I'm assuming the shrimp in the recipe are supposed to be raw, we are really ghetto rigging the heck out of this just because convenience and everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and like just stir them around just for a little bit and then start adding ingredients and then just kind of like cook as I go. So ultimately we're gonna have kind of an Ouzo cream tomato sauce with dill. I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. But hey, that's part of the reason why I'm testing it out, to see if my parents will survive eating this. If it is worthy enough to feed to my parents. My parents are royalty. Well, maybe not royalty, but you know. They are in my heart.
That's all that matters.
Alright, so that looks like it's getting hot. We're going to throw that in there. Oh yeah, that's hot. This is where I grab a spatula, just kind of like scoop them around a little bit. Alright, so next we're going to add the Ouzo. Mostly because we want the alcohol to cook out. Want the flavors to get in there. Alright, little Ouzo.
Flammable. Such a
There we
weird.
go. Look at that. Gonna wait for that to heat back up a bit.
Now, do you like bring that to a simmer then, or?
That's supposed to go to a boil, I believe.
Oh, alcohol boils at a low temperature.
Add
Shouldn't
the
take long.
tomatoes, add the tomatoes and dill and boil for about like 3 minutes. That's what it says. So hand me the tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. I think this should be about 2 tomatoes worth. Yes, I realize it's supposed to be 2 real tomatoes. I know it's probably going to screw up the flavor. If this is what works, then this is what works. Together and dill. You got the dill ready for me over there? It sounds like he's texting, but he's really just trying to like scoop out dill into the lid of the dill thing over there.
I can smell the ouzo from here. That's about a tablespoon of dry dill, so that'll get you somewhere.
It is something. Oh, look at all that dill. Look at all that for schlucking dill.
You should put in a little bit extra.
I think it should be okay.
Here.
Just look at all that dill.
A wee bit extra.
That is just, oh, look at that, man. Viewers out there, do you see that?
I'm more concerned about how this tastes after it's going to hit a boil.
No.
Let's zoom
So
in.
we're gonna...
I shall zoom in on your pot.
And again, I probably don't need to boil it since the shrimp are already cooked, but I at least want to get it up to a boil. Fine taste buds.
That smells.
Alright, add the heavy cream or slash half and half and stir well.
To prevent curdling.
To prevent curdling.
As I'm eating all the shrimp in this bag.
Why are you eating all the shrimp in the bag?
That tastes really good.
Leave it alone. No.
But shrimp.
This is starting to look more like a shrimp bisque at this point.
Does it smell like shrimp bisque?
No. Unfortunately, no. It doesn't smell like shrimp bisque. But it looks like shrimp bisque at
I'm
least.
going to come over and imbibe. I just want to smell.
You want to smell? Waft it, smell it.
That actually doesn't smell horrible now. I think that's the dill working.
Mm-hmm. I smell a lot of dill.
Please let it save us. Please let the dill save us.
Let it save our mortal souls.
From ouzo, which is not a sweet spirit, it is a dry spirit.
I know the prayer. For I am a sinner in the hands of an angry God, Bloody Mary.
Full of vodka.
Full of vodka. Blessed are you among cocktails. Pray for me now and at the hour of my death, which I hope is soon. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Season with salt and pepper to taste. Alright.
A pinch of black pepper.
Can you get in the ammo box of spices and get me
Ammo box of
my
spices.
pepper? It's in there somewhere, I just don't know where it is.
Yes, I shall fetch it.
Put a little bit of salt, not a ton.
Lord have mercy, where is it?
Somewhere in there. I don't know, maybe I put too much, I don't know.
Put too much what?
Salt, I don't know. I'm just gonna shuck it around for a little bit. Shook it around for a little bit.
Oh, here. You're gonna kill us. White pepper works.
White pepper, hand it over. Hand it over.
I'm trying to open it.
You have like no fingernails.
It's not that, it's the...
It's like open, just twist it off the side.
You know, it goes really powerful though. A little shaky.
A little shaky. A little shaky.
Black pepper, ouzo, and dill.
Put a little bit in the lid here. Just kind of like sprinkle out over it.
Intriguing.
Just a little bit. Try that again. Cooking tip. You're cooking shrimp and they curl up. I can't get it out, but if they curl up, I'll show you in a second. That's a pretty good sign that they're cooked through and they're done. I'm gonna turn this off. Set this over here. I'm gonna clean up my mess. And we're gonna see how this turned out in a second. Alright, come and get it. Squid. Let me get some of that sauce in it. Get off. I want some for me. Put that nice, lovely sauce on top of it.
I won't know until I taste it.
There we go. We're gonna make sure each bowl has a nice amount of sauce.
Lord have mercy.
I will go get the forks. Your fork, my fork, we both fork. Which one do you want? Moment of truth.
I'll just, well, whatever.
There we go.
This doesn't smell bad. It smells a lot different than it did at the
I
beginning.
know, right?
I don't know how to feel about this. I feel like I'm being lied to. Okay.
Bottoms up.
They're actually really good.
That is really good.
Yeah. That does need some rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, rice is what this needs. Wow. That's great.
That was really
I
good.
think.
You wouldn't think that ouzo and dill would
With
be
tomatoes
good.
and cream.
Yeah, with tomatoes and cream, but I mean, this apparently is this was a really famous like Greek chef. I don't know, this is a pretty old cookbook. This is from the cookbook. World Class Cuisine by Gail Greco. Basically, it's great adventures in European regional cooking. So basically, they went to these really famous like restaurants all over Europe and got like 2 or 3 recipes from their head chefs. This one, I guess, was from Chef. Oh gosh, let's see if I can pronounce this. Stavroula Paparona. Stavroula Paparona. From the Symposio restaurant in Athens, Greece.
That was good.
So I guess she would know what she's doing. Definitely would make some rice, because this sauce needs to be sopped up.
Mm-hmm. I'd say do some rice with a little bit of turmeric, maybe chicken stock or something like that, or just some general, like a rice pilaf, something slightly savory.
Oh no.
A little rice pilaf with that. Woo!
Well, thank you all for joining me on this lovely culinary adventure. We didn't have a defective recipe this time. That was really cool. Like, sometimes you get good ones and sometimes you get bad ones. This happened to be one of the good ones. So if you like what you saw, happy Friday, everybody. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and keep making cooking videos and stuff, whatever you like. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want. I mean, if you don't have to, but I really appreciate it if you do. And hopefully we'll be back again next Friday for more murder, mayhem, and maiming. Bye, everybody.